Hey there, it's Kat, and I have another wreath for you today. This one is using kind of that blanket, the loopy blanket yarn. I'm basically starting by tying it on to a Dollar Tree frame. It's just a small heart. And then I'm going to literally just wrap the yarn around the frame. And I'm going to keep doing this and come back and show you the progress. So I made a discovery that if you actually pull all the nubs or the loops to the front of the wreath, it actually fills it in better. And so if you notice, I'm kind of pulling those loops. I pull the yarn through, then I kind of position all those loops so that they are facing the front of the wreath, and that it becomes smooth on the back. So when I do the back side, I kind of tuck them through the bars, as you can see. And I found that this filled in the wreath a lot better. And this was my first time doing this, so it was kind of a trial and error. So I wanted to show you that this actually worked better. Okay, so I have it all on, and I pretty much used the entire roll. Depending on how tight you pack it, you may end up needing more than one bundle or skein of the yarn, but it seemed to work with one, and I'm just kind of trying to knot off my finish off and kind of knot it, but it's kind of still trying to knot it is a little bit challenging. So I think I'm going to actually make sure it's secure by using a zip tie. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this, and then I actually did end up zip tying it down because I couldn't really make heads or tails with all the yarn there, how my knot was doing. So that's an option. Okay, so now it's time to make a bow. So again, I'm using my Provo the hand. I'm going to make a little bit longer tail than probably I need. So I'm kind of going to about the 7, and then I'm making my 4-inch loops. And I'm going to do one on the left, put it in, and kind of twist my ribbon, and make a 4-inch loop on the right-hand side. Now I'm going to make my tail, again, kind of keeping it long. Then I'm going to choose my next set of ribbon, and I'm going to repeat this process. So I'm making about a 6-inch tail, making a loop, 4 inches, and again, one on the right. Okay, so now I've got 2 with the fuchsia pink. Now I'm going to pick my 3rd ribbon, and again 6-inch tail, and I'm going to make 2 4-inch loops, one on the left and one on the right, and then make a tail, again the same length. Okay, so now it's time for the 4th ribbon. I'm using a 1.5-inch ribbon this time. The others were 2.5. And I'm making a little bit smaller loops. So the tails are a little shorter, so more about a 5-inch tail and about 3-inch loops, and trim that off. Now I'm going to lift the entire collection of ribbons up, and I'm going to use zip ties to secure it. Now, you certainly could use a pipe cleaner. It's just a matter of preference. But before I cinch down that zip tie, I'm going to put another open zip tie under. This way I can use that zip tie to attach to the frame. So I'm going to kind of floof my bow and kind of move the ribbon around and kind of make my loops and kind of spread out my ribbon. And I'll do this a couple more times before I have it the way I want, and you'll probably find the same for yourself. Now it's time to add that ribbon onto the frame itself. So I'm just trimming the already tightened zip tie, and using that zip tie I'm going to kind of find my way down so that it goes between the spans of the wreath over a bar, and push those zip tie ends over. And then I'm going to just tighten it, and once it's secure, I'll then work on positioning my ribbon and making sure it's the way I want it. And I will then trim up those tails and making the dovetail ends. So I'm just going to go around, and like I said, I did make my tails pretty long, but I just wasn't sure what I wanted the look to look like. And I'd rather have more and have trim it off than not have enough.